Okay, with our final story today, we're going to talk about something local, something personal to me, which is Tina Turner versus Shontel Brown for the District 11 seat. This is race has been heating up. The mud's been starting to get slung by both candidates, and pack ads have been coming. And it's Tina Turner's actually having a big rally on Saturday, July 31st. Agora Theater here in Cleveland. Bernie Sanders is going to be there. Cornel West is going to be there. It's going to be amazing, amazing time. I'm going to be there. Hopefully, see you there. So there, this is Democrats crowd Cleveland for a primary that reflects party tensions. There's an inescapable tension in the upcoming Democratic primary for Ohio's 11th congressional district. On one hand, their voters making personal, locally informed decisions about whom to support. Wayne Williams, for example, says he will support Nina Turner, a former state senator and co-chair of Bernie Sanders' 2020 presidential campaign. She definitely got my vote, my family vote. You know, my mom, a couple older people, fist bumped her. You know, very, very. There's some people, and then there are people from outside the district, like David Crow, who was just down the block from the gas station, blasting funk music from a van decorated with progressive slogans and a cutout of Turner's head. And it's not so you could see that Nina Turner, especially in the city of Cleveland, she's loved in the city of Cleveland, and the very grassroots movement. People are on her side. It's not unusual for congressional elections to be fueled by outside actors, national parties, activists, political action committees. But between Turner's pre-existing political celebrity status, the way the race mirrors internal Democratic Party fights, the high profile endorsements, the money pouring into the district, and the simple fact that few other congressional elections are underway right now, this one Democratic primary has made the 11th district feel awfully crowded as election day approaches. Now, I don't agree with that because it's not crowded. It's two people. It's two people. It is Nina Turner and it is Shontel Brown. And they did speak about money being flooded in, and a lot of that money is from small donations that went from Nina Turner. So Nina Turner raised an amazing amount of money. Just recently, she's raised $2.4 million, but in total, she's raised $4.5 million in small dollar donations, just from people in Cleveland, people in Ohio, people from around the country donating to her because they believe in her cause and believe in the power that she can have going to Congress. Now, on the other side is Shontel Brown. Now, Shontel Brown is backed. It also has a lot of money invested in, but it's not her money, and it's not money from people. It's money from corporations, from lobbyists, and from super PACs. So we're gonna really deep dive into Nina Turner, into Shontel Brown, into what I know of their funding, of I know of their policies, what I know of their backgrounds, and we will go from there. And I hope to inform people, and I hope to let people know, give them some information to make an informed decision about this. It's extremely important election coming up in August. Uh, so on the left, on the left wing, we have Tina Turner, a affiliate, a very high-ranking member of Bernie's organization when he was running for president, and the person that brought the $15 minimum wage to the DNC platform. She fought for it, and I don't care what that attack ad says, which we covered in the story of one of my first stories actually, that she is for the $15 minimum wage, 100%. She brought that to the Democratic National Committee platform. She is for reducing income inequality, not only in the greater Cleveland area, but also throughout the United States. She is for stopping outsourcing, which is a big problem for my part of the country, for the Rust Belt. especially Ohio in general. A lot of people in Ohio have lost their jobs because of the factories shutting down and moving to other countries because businesses don't have to pay as much over there as they would over here. Of course, she supports increasing the minimum wage. That's her baby. She supports Medicare for all. I think that especially because her mother recently died. Her mother died when, without having access to healthcare. That is a personal topic for her, and I'm sure a lot of other people can relate. So she supports Medicare for all. She wants to strengthen Social Security for the working poor and the poor because things happen. Now, what does Shontel Brown represent? Uh, um, well, she represents corporations. She represents the corporations. She represents lobbyists. She represents her whatever whoever's paying her, whoever's lining her pocketbooks is what she represents. Other than that, she has a bunch of platitudes. She has a bunch of cliches. She has a bunch of God talk, which I'm not gonna judge her for, but she doesn't stand for anything. Now, what who supports her? Like who is she beholden to? Doesn't actually have any stances. Then what are her donor stances? Well, the PACs that give money Shontel Brown are big oil PACs, pro-Israel PACs, Democratic super PACs from the corporatist wing, clergymen, and people think because she was endorsed by James Clyburn and endorsed by Hillary that she's something to be touted behind and to be rallied behind, and she's not. Hillary Hillary Nina Turner has the right idea about Hillary because she did not support Hillary and she would never support Hillary because Hillary is a corporatist to the max. Hillary loved outsourcing. Hillary is a war hawk. Honestly, if Hillary endorses somebody, I'm probably less likely to vote for that person because Hillary is bad for this country. Clintons are bad for this country. Now, Nina Turner, this is a big thing. This is it's a battle of the primary is a battle of corporatist wing versus the leftist, the real lefties, and it's boiling down to them just trying to throw money at it, them throwing money at Shontel Brown to try to attack Nina Turner, and it's the thing is the numbers are down, but it's not truly working because Shontel Brown has no real support, not like Nina Turner does. Like I said, Nina Turner and Bernie Sanders are about to sell out a theater. Shontel Brown doesn't have support like that. She has to pump in crowd noise to her speeches. She does not have support like that. Now, Nina Turner, when it comes to what Nina Turner, her record should speak for itself of who she's for. She's for the people. She supports defunding the police. Supports a free Palestine. She supports the community and everybody in the community, not just her family. Unlike Shontel Brown. Now, Shontel Brown on the console spent $32 million in taxpayer money and gave it to a company that was heavily connected to her boyfriend and to her family. Not only that, as a councilwoman getting paid by our tax dollars, she voted to give herself a $7,000 raise. Now you must think that man, Shontel Brown, to give herself a $7,000 raise, she must have been doing some amazing things for Cleveland. She must have been doing some crazy good things for Cleveland must have never, and Cuyahoga County must have never run better. You'd be wrong about that because under her watch, 27 lawsuits have been filed in Cuyahoga County over the jail systems, with 13 inmates having died. The total being $135 million in settlements so far since 2018. $135 million. You know how I feel about settlements being connected to human life. That there's nothing that amounts to a human life. Not even $10 million per person. And so the system here completely broken. They were having female inmates being sexually abused. They were having correction officers beat prisoners for little to no reason. There was no access to health care, and people were dying in their cells alone. Sick. On top of that, when people reported them and these stories got out, they fired them. Of course they would, because that's how whistleblowers were treated in this country. They fired him. All that happened all under her watch, but Cleveland's never been better. I should expect you to do better for me in Congress, but you couldn't even do better for me in my city. You couldn't even do better for the least of us, the people that are locked up. I'm sure, I don't know all the stories of these men, but I'm sure some of them shouldn't even have been in there. Because the jails are overpopulated. That's besides the point. The point is that these people are dead, and it happened under your watch. And if Shontel Brown wants to take responsibility for the money that has come into Cleveland, you better take responsibility for the blood that's on your hands as well. Now, a lot of this information I learned from, especially about the money, I learned from an attack ad. Call it what it is, an attack ad that Nina Turner endorsed. Now, why would she do that? Why would Nina Turner endorse an attack ad? I'll tell you why. Because he's a pit bull. He's vicious. And Shontel Brown attacked her first. Shontel Brown, her secret super PAC organization that supports Israel and big oil and supports killing. If you support Israel, you support killing Palestinians. You support killing Palestinians. So her pro-Israel, pro-oil super PAC paid to make an ad about Nina Turner that was a bold-faced lie. I still see it on YouTube all the time. She doesn't support the $15 minimum wage. She doesn't support Medicare for all. She doesn't support immigration reform. Bold-faced lies. Anybody that knows anything about Nina Turner and her voting record knows that. So it's like a joke. It's a hilarious joke. So she lies, which isn't anything normal about a politician, but Shontel Brown, like, lies. She lies. So she lied about endorsements. She lied about who does that? So she lied about an endorsement from Michael Dudley, which is the senior councilman of the city of Garfield Heights, which is actually the city I live in, which is right outside of Cleveland. And this man has only endorsed 10 people in his career. She just had like on Shontel Brown's website, she just had a list of people that endorsed her, and he was on the list. And he has only endorsed 10 people in his career. So his name, to him, it means a lot to him. His endorsement means a lot to him. And he endorses Nina Turner, and he had to make a statement saying that I do not support the other candidate. I support Nina Turner. Why? Because she fights for Ward 1. That was it. That's what she fights for Ward 1. She fights for the whole city of Cleveland. She fights for the state of Ohio. She fights for us. She fights for the individual people in the cities, in the counties, and in the state of Ohio. She fights for us. See, look, guys, this is what you got to realize. This is what we really have to wake up and realize. And that is that this bigger than just Ohio. Bigger than Cleveland, it's bigger than Cuyahoga County. This is bigger than Ohio. This is a race for the movement. This is a race for the party. This is a race for the agenda. This is a real race to see who's going to come out on top at the end of the day, because we're at war, people. We are at war with the corporate Democrats. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Because I'm sitting here and I'm looking at all the problems we're facing in my own neighborhood, in my own backyard. And I'm sick of it. And Nina Turner represents that. She represents putting an end to some of our issues, to fighting for us, the real problems, our medical issues, our college debt, the police brutality, the living wage. She's going to go and fight for us, just like she's been trying to fight for Cleveland for a long, long time. You know, why am I going off on this? Why am I going off on this? Is because they the established media, the corporate media, does not want to talk about Brown's record because it's non-existent. They don't want to talk about a record with money. They don't want to talk about the super PACs. They don't want to talk about these things. They don't want to talk. There's crickets coming from the corporate media about how her back alley dealings and her allocation of taxpayer money. Nothing going on. They want to try to slander Nina Turner for being too aggressive. They want to tell Nina Turner, just sit there, sit still, be quiet. Nina Turner is consistent. Been fighting for us for a long time. She'll continue to fight for us. Can get out to the polls and vote. Can come to the rally on Saturday. Come and get hyped. Nina Turner for Congress.